Good morning, children. So welcome back to the online session of the mathematics class. So we know that we are discussing about the lesson lines and angles, right? So in the previous session, we have learned about what are the conditions if the two lines are parallel, then what are the three conditions are satisfied, right? So again, those corresponding angles are equal, pair of corresponding angles are equal, pair of alternate interior angles are equal, and then pair of interior angles on the same side of transversal are supplementary. Two lines are parallel, right? So again, if any one of the condition out of these three conditions, and if any one of the pair is equal, then I can say that those two lines are parallel. Reverse process again. If that is two lines are parallel, all these three conditions are satisfied, true. Okay, so now reverse process. So whether I need to check all the conditions to check whether the lines are parallel or not, no. I need to check only one pair. If any one pair of corresponding angles is equal, then I can say that those two lines are equal. Okay, so that is what we have learned in the previous session. Okay, so now in today's session we are going to use those concepts. Right, so parallel lines and transversal line axioms. So using that we will be finding out the missing angle which is given in the question. Right, so look at this. So this is the first question they have given. Find the value of x in each of the following if L is parallel to M. L is parallel to M. So L and M, that means these two lines are parallel. These two lines are parallel. So these two lines are parallel and this is the transversal line in the sense. All the three conditions are satisfied. What are the three conditions? Corresponding angles are equal, alternate interior angles are equal, then pair of interior angles on the same side of transversal are supplementary. All the six conditions are satisfied. We can use those six conditions. I'm sorry, not six conditions. We will be having many corresponding angles, 1, 2, 3, 4 corresponding angles, and two pairs of alternate interior angles, and two pairs of interior angles on the same side of transversal. So totally 8 conditions we have. Those out of those 8 conditions, I can use any of the conditions to find out the missing angle because L is parallel to M. The line L is parallel to M. So if that is true, if L is parallel to M, I can use all the 8 conditions. I can get the unknown value. Okay. So now look at this. Now this is 100. This is parallel, and this is the transversal line. Now this is 100, and they have given this. We need to find out x. This is we need to find out. Okay. So what about this and this angle? This and this. 100. Let me call it as y. What is 100 and y? What type of angles it is? 100 and y are what? Corresponding angles. Corresponding angles. Therefore, this also 100. This also 100. Okay. So now we will write since L is parallel to M. Okay. 100 and y are corresponding angles. Okay. Corresponding angles. Therefore, y is equal to 100. Reason is corresponding angles are equal, right? Corresponding angles are equal. Therefore, y is equal to 100. That means this is 100. Okay, since these two angles are corresponding angles, since these two lines are parallel, these two corresponding angles must be equal. So this is also 100. Now you can observe that this is a line, M is a line, and this is the ray. What is the angle? Adding these two angles will become how much? 180 degree. That is linear pair of sum. Suppose I am having a line. Okay. So I have one ray like this. Then what is sum of these two angles? Sum of these two angles must be equal to 180 degree. If it is angle 1, this is angle 2. Then angle 1 plus angle 2 is equal to 180 degree. This is linear pair of angles. Linear pair of angles. Similarly, this is a line. So sum of these two angles must be what? 180 degrees, so that I can write that. Okay. X Can we call it as y only? So because I am having 100 here, so that you will be getting into confusion. Okay. So x plus y is equal to 180. Inside the bracket you can write linear pair. Okay. Linear pair. Okay. So linear pair of angles. Okay. Now y we know that how much? 100. X plus 100. Let me substitute it in the place of y. Is equal to 180. Okay. So now I will send the 100 to the other side. So x is equal to 180. If I send 100 to the other side, it will become minus 100. So x is equal to 80 degree. 180 minus 100 is 80 degrees. So x is equal to 80 degrees. So this is 80 degree now. Okay. So this one angle, one given angle is enough to find out all the other angles, right? So using that we can find all the other angles. Okay. So the next question is second one. We have two parallel lines. Okay. This is 80. This is 100. And this is 6. Now these are two lines, L and M, AB. This is L line, M. This is here. This is B. Now find the value of x in each of the following. If L is parallel to M, where is L? L, M. That means these two lines are parallel. These two lines are parallel, not these two lines, not A and B. Okay, these two lines are parallel. So we need to look the figure like this. Okay, so you have to look like this. If you look like this, okay, wait once again. You should. Okay, so since A and B are lines are horizontal, okay, you may assume, you may think that A and B are parallel. These two lines are parallel. No, according to the question, these two lines are parallel. These two lines are parallel. So like it is like this. L. So this is L, and this is M. Okay. So if you bring like this, okay. So therefore, you should not like in the usual way. You should like the figure like this. Now tell me which is corresponding angles. So if you look like this, these two are the parallel lines, and this is the transversal line. So 100 and x are the corresponding angles. 100 and x are the corresponding angles. Therefore, 100 and x must be equal, right? So therefore, that we can write directly, right? X is equal to 100. Okay. The reason is corresponding angles. Okay. That's just one line answer. The question is only finding out the x. So x is equal to 100. Since L and M are equal, so x is equal to 100. Okay. So now we'll go for the next one. Fifth main. Question. So the next question is, in the given figure, the arms of a two angles are parallel. The arms of a two angles are parallel. That means this is one arm, this is parallel to this, and this is parallel to this. Okay, arms of a given angles are parallel. If AB is equal to 70 degree, ABC is equal to 70 degree, then find BCG. where it is basically BCG. So this we should find out. Then DEF. DEF. This also we should find out. Okay. So now given is this. Okay. Now look at this. Arms of two angles are equal. Parallel. So that means AB is parallel to GD. AB is parallel to GD, and BG is the transversal. This means what is these two angles? These two angles are what? These two angles are corresponding angles. Look at this. AB and this is AB. Okay. This is GD. So this is transversal line. Okay. What is these angles? These two angles are what? These two angles are what? Corresponding angles. That means these two angles must be equal. So therefore, this is also 70. Okay. Then consider BC and EF. These two angles are equal. These two angles are, these two lines are parallel. These two lines are parallel. What about these two angles? Again, B, C, E, F. So transversal line. Transversal line is GD. Okay. This is angle. What about these two angles? These two angles corresponding angles. Again, those two angles must be equal. Therefore, this is also 70 degree. Okay. So we'll do this. We will find out that. Now, consider AB parallel to GD. AB is parallel to GD and BG is transversal. Okay. So AB is parallel to GD and BG is transversal. So let me call it as this as, okay, this as PX. Okay. Therefore, I'll write angle DC only. Angle D. Okay, now no need to call us because they are given that DCG is equal to ABC or ABG. Both are same. DCG is equal to ABC because those are corresponding angles. So therefore ABC is 70 degree. So therefore BDC is also 70 degree. First step. Second one. Now consider that BC is parallel to EF. BC is parallel to EF. BC is parallel to EF. And G is a transversal and GE is a transversal. Okay. Therefore, this angle, what is that? DEF. Angle DEF, which is DEF. This. Okay. Will be equal to this. Because these two are corresponding angles. So define this DGC. Okay. DGC because corresponding angles. Okay. So therefore DGC is how much? 70 degree. Because this is 70 degree more than therefore DEF is also 70 degree. Okay. So this is DGC and DEF is also 70 degree. Okay. So this is fifth one. So then our next question is, in the given figure, decide whether L is parallel to M. L is parallel to M. They have given the two lines. We need to decide that whether L is parallel to M or not by checking either pair of alternate interior angles are equal or not, or pair of corresponding angles are equal or not, or pair of interior angles on the same side of transversal or supplementary or not. By checking these three, by checking any one of these three conditions, and to decide that whether L is parallel to M or not. Okay, so we need to decide whether L is parallel to M or not. So let us make use of the angles given. So what are the two angles they have given? Look at this. What about these two angles? These two angles are what? Interior angles on the same side of transversal. Interior angles on the same side of transversal. So if L is parallel to M, then what about these two angles? These two angles must be what? 180 degree. So let me add these two angles. Whether we will see whether I am getting 180 degree or not. If I am getting 180 degree, then these two lines are parallel. If I am not getting 180 degree, then these two lines are not parallel. Very easy, right? So let me add these two. Sum of, so answer, sum of interior angles on the same side of transversal is 126 degree plus 44 degree will be equal to 170 degree. So you can add this 126, 44, 6 plus 4, 10, 1 will be remaining, 3 plus 4, 7, 1. So I am getting 170 degree. So if these two are parallel, what should be the total angle? 180 degree, right? But I am getting 170 degree. That means these two lines are not parallel. Very easy, right? If one condition is not satisfied also, then those two lines are not parallel. Okay? As interior angles on the same side of transversal is not supplementary. It's not supplementary. Line L is not parallel to so line L is not parallel to line M. Okay. Because I am getting 170 degree, not 180 degree, not equal to 180 degree. Okay. So if it is parallel, then it should be 180 degree. But I am getting 170 degree. Therefore, interior angles on the same side of transversal is not supplementary. Therefore, line L is not parallel to line M. Okay. So similarly, we have 3 more questions like this. Okay. So I will give you those 3 questions as a homework to you. Okay. You need to solve those 3 questions and you need to decide that whether those 2 lines are parallel or not. Okay. So that is the homework for you. So complete that homework and send it to me. Okay. So after completing that homework, this will end the lesson. So Friday I am going to conduct a unit test for the lesson lines and angles. Okay. So be prepared for the lesson lines and angles. So we will conduct a test for this lesson unit test. So prepare for that and complete the homework and send it to me. Okay. Any doubts in lines and angles lesson? Please get back to me. So you can ask your doubts by putting a message to me, or otherwise you can call me and you can ask your doubts. Okay. So thank you.